my fellow shooters, Eddie here. Today I'm going to run through, in this third video in my series of the AXSR build, I'm going to run through the equipment and accessories that I bought to install on this rifle. So I've decided I'm not going to do a video showing the actual installation because I think that would be painful for anyone to watch, including myself. So I'm just going to run through the equipment I bought and why I bought it. And then I'll do a separate video on what it looks like on the rifle after it's installed. So to start with, I bought a Schmidt & Bender high-powered rifle scope. I have several Schmidt & Benders and I love these scopes. This one in particular is the high-powered model, which is a 5 to 45 by 56. That means it has a 56mm objective. And it's the multi-turret version in mil-radians, and it's got the Tremor 3 reticle. So this scope cost about as much as the rifle did. You'll pay a lot for these, but I think you get the quality you expect from a precision instrument with some of the finest glass in the world. Comes with a manual, comes with a cleaning kit, and there's all kinds of online information, including other videos on the Tremor 3 reticle specifically, which is a really awesome reticle, especially for long range, which is for my purpose for buying this rifle. Next is the Spur ISMS Ideal Scope Mount System, which is a single-piece scope mount specifically for Accuracy International rifles and for Schmidt & Bender scopes. The scope is, I believe it's a 30mm tube. So what I like about this scope, obviously the scope mount, is obviously the single piece manufacturing. It also includes a bubble in the back of it, and I like the fact that it's got this offset design so that when you put the mount on the scope, you can set your scope on there and level it before you begin tightening down things without the scope falling off. It's got the top rings, and I also like the fact that it's got 3 set screws per ring so that it gets a secure hold. I'm looking forward to installing that. Next is I'm trying out this device called a Long Range Arms Send It. So this is new. This is a new electronic device, not just for me, but I think it's new in the industry. Which what this does is it tells you electronically via a little LED indicator when your rifle is level. There's no cant, so that you can fire your shot. So it does include its own bubble level, as you can see, but more importantly, it's got a very sensitive electronic cant measurement circuitry that tells you whether the rifle is level or not, and it indicates with a green light that you're green to go so that you can fire your shot. So I'm going to try this on this rifle and see how that works out. Next is a distance reduction indicator, and this is the one by David Tubbs. It will mount on the scope, probably somewhere, on the rifle, somewhere around here. I'll have to remove that little screw, and that will allow this to swing free and give you an indication of angle and cosine so that you can quickly mathematically determine how much to adjust your distance by. Typically you're adjusting down, right? Whether you're shooting at an up angle or a down angle, you are reducing the distance. So I'm going to try this out on this rifle. I do have another angle indicator, and I'm going to try them both out to see which one I like better, because I also need one on another rifle of mine. So getting to that one, the other angle indicator is one I'm familiar with because I did have this on another rifle, and it's the Night Force angle indicator. They call it an angle degree indicator, and what it does is mounts similarly on your Picatinny rail and then gives you an indication of angle and cosine so that you can make distance adjustments. Night Force, obviously being another high quality scope manufacturer, makes really robust, reliable products. So like I said, I have this on another rifle of mine and I really like it, so I had no problems buying another one, and then I'll just see which one of the 2 angle indicators I like using on this build. Next is a US Optics bubble. And what I'll do with this, since I'm going to try that electronic one on the left side, I'll put this on the right side so that I have yet another way of testing the concentricity of my rifle and make sure that it has no cant. US Optics, again, another high quality scope manufacturer who makes really good quality products. I do have this on a 22 rifle, and what I like is that it's just simply robust, you know, bulletproof. There's no moving parts other than the cover. When you mount this on your rifle, you unscrew the cover so you can see the bubble, and then you screw the cover on the opposite side. It's got a little barrel thread so that it holds the cover. And then when you're done firing or using your rifle, you just unscrew the cover and put it back over the bubble so it protects the bubble. But quality product from US Optics. By the way, I'm not endorsed by any of these guys. I just buy what I find works and then I stick with it. The last thing is a laser bore concentricity sighter. So it's a laser bore sighter, sorry. How this works, this is the laser. It's got a little sleeve for the batteries, and you stick that battery into the compartment. Then you choose a end piece that matches the bore of your barrel so that it can keep the tail end centered in the barrel, and then you can aim it at a wall or at a tree or something and sight in your rifle, presumably at like 100 yards or so, whatever you choose to sight your rifle in. It'll help you do that. And then that way it ensures you're at least on paper when you take your rifle to the range, and then allows you to do final tuning onto the rifle, onto your scope, and set the zero turrets. So these are the things I bought and why I bought them. I primarily got into this build for long-range rifle shooting, which for me is at 1,000 yards or more. So when you buy a rifle in pieces for that, designed specifically for those distances, you're going to pay a little bit more because the criteria becomes stricter, the tolerances become lower, and so you tend to pay a little more for the components and things that support shooting at that distance. So there you have it. Look for a next video showing all of this stuff installed, and then I'll probably go through some videos on sighting it in and finally reloading for it. More to come.